Come on in, welcome to my home. Are you going to reuse that? Let me tell you something that absolutely blew my mind. I did not realize that there were people who bought decorations and threw them away. Yes, I mean honestly. I mean, sure, you're going to get the people who will buy those cheap decorations and then throw them away, but I mean at Christmas time, there were people who were buying fake Christmas trees and then throwing them away. Spending like $100, $200 on a fake Christmas tree that could have lasted for years and years, and they're throwing them away. They're throwing Christmas decorations away. They're going to like these places and buying really cheap decorations and throwing them all away. They're also throwing away not just holiday decorations, but they're just throwing away or getting rid of decorations when they buy them for your house. Why? When I buy something, and you'll notice that all the things which you see behind me, they have been used multiple times. A lot of them are many years old. And the reason is, when I look at something, I look at it and I say, how can I use this multiple different ways? We'll pick on this which is actually a utensil jar for your kitchen. It can be used as a utensil jar. I can use it as a vase. I can use it as many different things, but you notice it's plain, simply because I'm not locking myself into something. I'm not locking myself into the whole, well, it's purple stripes, so I can only use it when I'm using purple stripe things or things that'll match purple stripes. I really do look at things that I can use multiple times. You've probably seen me do my spring cleaning where I change over from the brown decorations to the green decorations, and then from the spring decorations we changed into the early spring decorations with the yellow, with the yellows up here right now. And like I have the things which I have are things that I can add on to. One of the coolest things that I like are the green sheets that they're actually just sheets that have a leaf print on them. I can then put a yellow pillow on it, and suddenly it's a green leaf print with a yellow pillow, which is like, oh, early spring flowers. I can put multiple color pillows on it, and you're like, oh, it's flowers, it's summertime. I can put white on it, it's like, oh, it's getting towards Christmas, it's snow on the green. So you get those feelings of, hey, I'm going to use this multiple times. You probably don't notice this, but each sheet has a little slit at the top where the casing is, so I can also use those sheets not just as a throw, but I can also use them as curtains, and I use them quite a lot as curtains. I use them as shower curtains, like the material shower curtain, not the plastic liner part, but the material shower curtain, just throw them over the rod, it's there. They go in front of the closet. Instead of buying pillows, like, you know, those decorative pillows, I have a tendency to put my pillows into pillowcases and then put them out. Do you know why I do that? It's really easy to store a pillowcase. Really easy. But I'm also looking at pillowcases as in, can I reuse this item? Is this something that only has one use? Now, there are some decorations that only have one use. My 4th of July decorations and my Christmas decorations, most of those only have one use. However, I'm going to get multiple years of use out of them. Now, I'm okay with it only having one use. But I can't honestly say that's 100% true. My Christmas decorations did take me into January because I went from Christmas into a woodland look, so I could leave out the snowflakes, the snow, the pine, and it gave me a nice woodland theme. Okay, that makes sense. 4th of July decorations, no, flags and everything, no. No, there's not a whole lot you can do. However, I could do a flag theme at Christmas time, or a flag theme anytime, red, white, and blue. Yeah, it would work. But we want to really look at these things, especially if you're trying to save money. Look at what you have and see how you're going to use it, or see if you can reuse it. Don't just get rid of it. Don't just keep buying things and getting rid of them. Now, some of you are saying, well, I buy them and then I sell them on whatever or donate them. But imagine you actually reused it. You actually shopped your own stash of stuff. Yeah, you're getting multiple years of use out of stuff. and it's yours. You don't have to buy it. You're not spending any money. It is the coolest thing ever when you can actually just go there and say, hey, I'm going to, well, like this, I just recently did this. I just switched over to spring. All I had to do was get these, I think these plates are now 4 years old. This light I've had forever. I could just go in and grab them out, but then I also have the space to store the stuff. That becomes your next issue. Make sure you have the space to store it. But think consciously, think about these things as you buy it. Can I get more than one use out of it? One of the things which I've found personally, because I'm not a big fan of purple is a hard thing for me to buy because I would only use it for that one thing. Everything else, I love using clear glass because I can put leaves in it, I can put pine cones in it, I can put green moss in it, and it will run me various seasons. Love that. Then also I could take the string off of it and then use it as a jar again. It is that simple. But look at your stuff and really think, how can I reuse this? Is it worth me buying something, especially something that's big? You've seen my couches. My couches are actually pretty darn ugly. We bought them in the 80s? Yeah, 80s. I have throw covers on them that are actually just painter's drop cloths. Need to replace those now because those are probably like 10 years old. But they work because I can switch them out to multiple different things, and it's a neutral color, and then I can add my accents to it. And the accents, you've seen all of these. If you've been around this channel very long, you can check out the old decorating videos. Click that card, it'll take you to that day, or take you to that playlist. It has all sorts of different videos where I have done different looks for my house, but they're using a lot of the same thing and reusing them in different ways, sometimes using them in the same exact way, but since I switch it out all the time, it doesn't feel like I'm repeating it all that often because I get to switch it a lot. Plates are one of the most wonderful things. Plates. You can put those behind things and suddenly you have a pop of color. Reuse what you have. Don't just get rid of it. One of the things which I will tell you is don't necessarily cut things apart because, once again, you're already cutting it apart and it's hard to reuse something that's been cut apart. It's hard to glue that back together. Try to use it as in its one piece because that way the next time you need it you have this big piece that you can manipulate into other things that you can do with it versus the whole, well, I cut this down, now I have little tiny pieces that I can't do anything with. It's something to really think about. Something to look at this and say, well, yeah, I had never thought of the fact that when I do something, especially with one of these big projects, am I going to never ever use this again? The purple striped flowered pillowcases that you made, is that only going to last that one season and then you're never going to touch it again, in which case you might reconsider. You might not. You might go say, hey, no, I want it this one time, which is absolutely fine. If you want those purple striped flower pillowcases, go for it. Enjoy it. It's your house. Guess what? I don't live there. I live here. This is my house and I have it set up the way I want. Maybe you don't even want any of this. You just want simple, neutral minimalism, which is fine. But especially with minimalism, you want to look at, are you actually going to use that again? Or is it just a one-time buy that you're going to use it for that one time and then throw it away, in which case you've actually just done a really bad thing because, you've basically bought a paper plate that you're throwing away. Well, let me know what you think about that. Tell me down in the comments. This is one of the things that I'm really, really big on, is I try not to buy things that I'm only going to use once, or when I buy something, I really try to think about how can I reuse it. And like I said, check out that playlist. It'll be listed down in the description, which shows you all the different looks that I have in my house, and you can see that these things get reused a billion different times. Some of them, like, you'll see that some things which don't relate to Christmas are used at Christmas. My collection of bears, they rotate through simply for the holiday. Yeah, It's one of those things that I can rotate my collections through, pull them in, so I'm not buying new stuff for that thing. I am using what I already have. I am reusing things in a different way, and you can reuse it in a different way. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Take a look at these videos that I've picked out just for you, and I hope I get to see you again next time.